A couple of twists and turns for the kids, honey. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. Come on up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for the Haves and Have-Nots Season 6, Episode 17. There were some twists and there were some turns that we actually took here. First things first, Erica and David sitting out on the damn steps watching the cars burn up. Veronica had burnt the cars up. She had set them on fire and took her drunk ass on off. And she is drunk. She is running this whole episode. Veronica's ass was drunker than Cooter. I said, bitch, really? Tore up. But she didn't set the cars on fire. Erica's sitting out there. And there's just this back and forth. It's starting to get very old with her and David. I'm like, okay, so I'm going to need a little something with this Erica and David thing to start moving. And sure enough, we got it. Because she's sitting out there pimping him as usual. And the firefighter comes up and asks David, do you know who did this? He's like, no. No. Still ain't going to give her up. But he recognized Erica, called her by name. He said, Erica. This, that, and the other. And she's like, hey. And, it's this real awkward moment. And David's like looking at her. And the guy's like, oh, I helped her change a tire one time. I'm like, child, that's some lying ass shit. She done fucked him, honey. Somewhere down the line, she done had him. And that's all it is to it. And David was kind of looking and going to say, you know what, why don't you just tell me you're the ex-boyfriend? He's going back into this, asking her who the ex-boyfriend is. She just won't tell it. Let's not talk about him. You don't talk about him and I won't talk about your wife. I said, this is getting kind of corny, but okay, whatever. So she deflects, but she was looking very, very guilty, and it just was real. It was too awkward for David to be who he is and to just let it go. But whatever. We'll play along, Tyler. Candace, that moved her ass across the hall. Oscar's up there banging on the door, out in the hallway hollering, Candace, Candace, and all of this kind of carrying on. I said, really? And family, the people told him that lady checked out. She checked out like yesterday or whatever. So he was mad as hell. Drunk ass Veronica done called Candace and told her to meet her downstairs in the bar. She said, you get your ass down there and you meet me. She said, or I'll close that account down that I set up for you. She said, well, the money's already been moved out of there. Anyway, she said, look, girl, you have your ass down there or I will get you. She's like, I can't really go down there. Veronica wasn't hearing that bullshit. You bring your ass downstairs. But anyway, in the midst of all of this, didn't that damn Oscar runs into Rocky. Rocky is pissed with Candace, and he flipped on Candace and basically told Oscar, what had actually happened, but he didn't tell Oscar that he's the one who took the pictures and all of that. And Oscar's like, yeah, and so how do you know Candace? And why are you giving me this information? Just to say, she's not my favorite person right now. I said, just a damn mess. Anyway, Jim, with his stinking ass, he didn't call that Sarah and told her, I want to see you. And she's like, I'm not doing this with you, Jim. He said, you get your ass to the Artesian and you meet me in the room, you little whore. I was like, oh my. Just talk to her any old kind of way. And he just was aggravating her and carrying on. Then right before he left to go see her, he goes in there and starts aggravating Catherine. She's like, I went to see Wyatt, this, that, thing, and the other. And she's just like, I'm just sick of it, and this, that, and the other. And he's just aggravating her, telling her about her shooting the DA, and she got to sit back and be patient and let him take care of things. And she's like, I don't even care about the fucking DA. He's like, I think you did. He's just in one of his moods, and he just like, he gets off on all that kind of bullshit. He take her around and around the mulberry bush, leaves there, goes and meets that Sarah, talk to her like shit. told her about how she gonna have sex with him without a condom, and she's like, I don't want to. He's like, you're gonna do it. And as a matter of fact, now I don't want to catch nothing from you either. Get down on your knees and crawl over here to me, counselor. I said, no. He treated her like absolute shit. Absolute shit. Then told her he wants her to go and actually fetch him the bullets that were presented into evidence along with the daughter's suicide and all of that shit. I was like, what the hell kind of shit? It's some weird, crazy shit going on. But she's like, I could go to jail. He's like, yeah, you could. Bitch, don't get caught. I'm like, oh, God. A mess. A whole mess. Veronica and Candace. So they meet up down there down in the lobby, in the bar little area. They're sitting there and she's like, I want to know about David and Erica. And she's like, when I see them, I know how David is, and she's not going along with the plan. She's falling for David, and I can tell because I know his tricks, this, that, thing, and the other. And Candace is like, I trained her. I know better than that. She's like, no, you didn't train her good because the bitch is falling for my husband, and that's that. She said, this is what I want. I want you could take his money. I don't care anything about that. I don't care about his money. I don't even want it. But I want her to make him fall in love with her, and I want her to dump him. And then I want her on the streets, and I want to burn her to the ground on the streets. Period. And she told Veronica, girl, you need some dick. That's your problem. You really need some dick. She said, girl, I already had your brother. And Candace is like, oh, yuck. She's like, listen, I'm going to send you somebody over to your house to bang you out because, girl, you really tripping. And she said, but how much is David worth? He's like 16 million or whatever. She will say, that's the problem with you broke bitches. Y'all are always thinking that everything is about money. Everything is not about money. She going to say, well, if it's not about money, then exactly what it is it about, you rich bitch? I'm saying, the two of them are ridiculous. They're absolutely ridiculous. So I just laughed. And sure enough, she said, I don't need you to send me nobody. I'm fine. This, that, thing, and the other. But she's not fine. She's not fine. And she did actually end up calling for somebody, honey. She called this person that we know and told him, my washing machine needs fixed. And then he gets over there and she's like, the washing machine don't need fixed, but I do. And he's giving, I'm not doing this with you. I would have felt better if you tried to seduce me as opposed to trying to blackmail me, because that's what she's like. Didn't I get you out of jail? Didn't I get you a job with my girlfriends and this, that, thing, and the other? Child, it's Derek. Hannah's Derek. I said, oh my God. A mess. And he banged her out once before. And she's like, said, whatever. He's like, I don't care. She said, listen, you walk out that door and all your secrets are going to be walking out too. I'm not going to hold your secrets anymore. Said he tried to blackmail him. He was like, whatever, do what you're going to do. And he walked on out. I was like, famous last words, Derek. Famous last words. And I see it in the previews. Candace is going to send RK over there for Veronica. I said, oh shit, I can't wait for next week for that. But anyway, so they got all that going on. Melissa and Hannah actually had a conversation, and Hannah had asked her, well, what's your plan? And she's like, I don't have a plan. She's like, well, you need to get one. You need to get one. Part of your plan should be God. She's like, what about him? Like, I don't know about all that. So Hannah and her are starting to build some type of relationship. And Hannah told her, we're not done talking. This, that, and the other. She said, you need to take control of your life. And this, that, and the other. Baby, she told her, if that Veronica comes for me again, you're going to see me take control of it. I said, child, she done told you. Now, she told you in a nice way. She ain't wrapped too tight that if Veronica comes for her, she going to kill her. And Hannah told her, we're not done talking about this. And she ended up going off to talk to Derek. They ain't talking about nothing, child. But I said, okay, I can't wait to see the whole bang, bang, bang up of Hannah, Veronica, and Derek. That's going to be a mess, and I'm so here for it. Speaking of bang-ups, Landon calls Jeffrey to get advice about how do you handle being in love with a straight man and he don't want you back and all of this and how do you get over it. And Jeffrey was trying to give him a little advice. Then he asked Jeffrey, um, well, how are you doing? And Jeffrey was like, oh no, girl, I ain't doing this with you, child. This, that, and the other. I said, oh, threw shade at him. I said, that Jeffrey, you know, but then I know so many people like that. Jeffrey, you don't want Landon. Landon actually wants you. Landon is the one person in the show that wants you other than, psycho cunt, Justin. And you're cool with Justin for the most part because he's crazy and got issues. But Landon, you don't want Landon. You don't want Landon. I said, mess. And he told me, I'm still in love with Wyatt. I'll always be in love with Wyatt. I said, speaking of, Wyatt ended up calling Jeffrey. Jeffrey laying in the bed with Justin. Hey, he gets telling him, I need to tell you what I did. This, that, and the other. He's like, you tell me. He's like, I killed somebody, but I can't tell you who it is. I need to tell you face to face. This, that, and the other. He's like, come over. And he's like, I can't come over there. I ain't got time. I can't be doing it. This, that, and the other. He's like, you still with that crazy guy? He's like, I just can't do it right now. I can't do that with you. Didn't that goddamn Wyatt tell him, if you don't come, then I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it just like my sister. I said, no, you ain't threatening suicide to get Jeffrey to do what you want. And of course, Jeffrey's going to go. Jeffrey hangs out with Wyatt. Wyatt hung up on Jeffrey. That Justin rolled over and was like, I ain't sleep, and I ain't fucking playing around with you and him. I'm not going to do it. Told him, and it's fine. You want to go to him? We can go. I'm coming too. He said, oh, no, you're not. He said, you can't come. He said, you can't come because you just start stuff and this is, and you can't come. He said, oh, I'm going. If you're going, I'm going. He went on. He was saying, you're still in love with him? This, that, the other. He says, you get it. Look, I'm telling you, I ain't playing these games. He said, I will kill you, him, and me. And Jeffrey told his ass, if you ever say anything else like that to me again, I will never speak to you again. Got up and went to go head on with him. I said, girl, I don't know why you ain't believing that bitch. When some motherfucker tells you who they are, you're supposed to believe them, stupid. It was a mess. But that was the last thing that went on was that. That's where we ended out at. And this episode was kind of boring, actually. But other than seeing Veronica running around drunk and being horny, that was hilarious. I was like, girl, you are thirsty and you need to sit your ass down. And then, of course, Benny is still at gunpoint and he finally goes and attacks the guy with the gun. That didn't go nowhere. I was just like, whatever. This is just stupid. That part's just stupid. But I guess they'll be in the bar tussling for the next 6 weeks. Bullshit. Anyway. All right, I'll catch y'all next Tuesday. I think next Tuesday is going to be a key. So I'll catch y'all then later.